Most street photography walks are kind of disappointing. You go out for an hour or two, you try to notice something interesting, you take a few photos of light, strangers, bikes, shadows, random little moments, and then you come home, look at the photos and think, yeah, none of these are really worth posting. And if you're newer to street photography, that can make you feel like you're bad at it. Like you wasted your time, like the walk didn't count. But the older I get, the more I think that it is not the whole story. Because not every valuable photo is a photo that performs online. Some photos are valuable because they become small records of your life. A street you used to walk down. A random evening where nothing special happened. Your family walking ahead of you. A bit of light on a building. A small moment in Copenhagen for me that would probably mean nothing to anyone else. But when you look back at those photos later, they remind you that you were there, that you noticed, that this was your life for a brief second. I've been thinking a lot about why I still love street photography, because honestly, it is not always rewarding in the obvious way. You can miss the moment, you can react too late, you can choose the wrong settings, you can see something interesting, lift the camera, and then it is already gone. And if you judge the whole experience only by the final photos, street photography can feel frustrating. But I don't think that's the whole value of it. Because for me, street photography has become more than just trying to make great images. It has become a way of being present, a reason to walk slower, a reason to pay attention, a reason to experience ordinary days more clearly. And maybe this is an age thing. I'm getting closer to 40 now and I can feel how fast time moves. Days disappear, weeks disappear, years disappear. And I think that is why these small, ordinary photographs have started to mean more to me. I think social media has made it very easy to confuse a good photo with a useful photo. And what I mean by that is, some photos are good because they are strong images. They have great light, good composition, a clear subject, maybe some kind of story or emotion. These are the photos we want to share, but then there are other photos that might not mean much to anyone else, but they mean something to you. A photo of a street corner you used to walk past every day. A photo from a random evening where nothing special happened. A photo of your family from behind, just walking somewhere. A photo of the light in your neighborhood at a certain time of year. Maybe those photos are not impressive. Maybe they would not stop anyone from scrolling. And they will probably not end up in a photo book. But years later, they can become valuable in a completely different way. Because they remind you of what life felt like. Not the big events, not the birthdays, not the holidays, not the moments where everyone knows to take out a camera, but the ordinary days. And I think that those are the days that disappear the fastest. Street photography gives ordinary days somewhere to go. One of the reasons street photography is so fulfilling to me is that it changes my pace. Most of life is fast. We're going from one thing to the next. Work, family, messages, emails, deadlines, content, editing, uploading, planning the next thing before the current thing is even finished. And then you go out with a camera and suddenly the whole point is not to be fast. The point is to notice. You start looking at light, you start looking at people, you start looking at small interactions. You start seeing familiar places in a different way. And that sounds simple, but I actually think it has become rare to just walk around without trying to complete something, without trying to optimize every second, without turning everything into a task. Street photography gives me permission to slow down. And when I slow down, I start seeing things I would normally miss. And the strange thing is, sometimes that feeling is valuable, even when the photos are not. When I was newer to street photography, I think I expected every walk to give me something. Like if I spent 2 hours outside, I should come home with at least one good image, or 5 good images, or perhaps 10, 20 good images. And of course, I still want that. I'm not pretending the photos don't matter. But if every walk has to produce something worth sharing, then street photography becomes just another performance task. And I don't want it to become that. Because even a bad photo walk can still train something. It trains your timing. It trains your patience. It trains your eye, it trains your confidence, it trains your ability to notice when something almost becomes a photograph. And that almost is important, because most good street photos starts as an almost. Almost good light, almost the right person, almost the right background, almost the right gesture, almost the right moment. And the moment you notice those almost moments, the better you become at being ready when everything actually comes together. This is also why I like bringing a small camera with me, even when I'm not going out specifically to do street photography. Sometimes I'm just out with my family, or walking to get coffee, or going somewhere I've been many times before. And realistically, if something important happened, I could just use my phone. But bringing a camera does something different. It puts me in a different state of mind. I am more open. I'm more aware of light. I'm more likely to notice a scene before it disappears. Not because I'm trying to make serious art every time I leave the house, but because I'm staying open to the possibility that something worth noticing might happen. And I think street photography quietly trains that mindset. You stop moving through the world on autopilot. You start noticing more. And even when you are not taking photos, that way of seeing stays with you. So if you're newer to street photography and this all sounds a bit abstract, let me make it practical. When I'm out walking, I'm usually not looking for amazing photos. That is too much pressure. I'm looking for small triggers, things that makes me stop for a second. The first one is light. A patch of sun, a reflection, a silhouette, a shadow across a wall, a shop window lighting someone's face. Light is often what makes an ordinary scene feel worth photographing. The second is gestures. Someone pointing, someone leaning, someone waiting, someone holding hands, someone looking back, someone doing something small, but human. Those tiny gestures can make a photo feel alive. The third is color. Maybe a jacket matches a sign, maybe a bike matches a wall, maybe the whole scene has one color that pulls everything together. The fourth is layers. Something in the foreground, something in the background. People spaced out in a way that feels balanced. Even a simple scene can become more interesting when there is depth. And the fifth is personal memory. This one is harder to explain, but sometimes I photograph something just because it feels connected to my life. A place I know, a walk I take often, a small moment with my family, a street that feels like a certain period of my life. Not every photo has to be universal. Some photos are allowed to be just for you. I think this distinction matters a lot now, because if you share your work online, you start thinking in terms of what other people will respond to. Will this get likes? Will this get comments? Will this work as a carousel? Will this fit my feed? Will this make people stop scrolling? And if you also earn money by doing photography, then you might be thinking of, will this fit in my portfolio? Will this attract new clients? And stuff like this. And there is nothing wrong with that. Of course, I care about all of these things too. But street photography becomes a bit sad if the only photos that matter are the ones that perform. Because some photos are not made for the feed. Some photos are not made for your clients. Some photos are made for future you. For the version of you who looks back in 5 years and thinks, I remember that walk, I remember that light, I remember that time in my life, I remember how Copenhagen felt then, I remember my kids being that small, I remember noticing that. That kind of value is harder to measure, but I don't think it is less important. Not every photo needs to impress strangers to be worth keeping. I don't know if I would have understood this the same way 10 years ago. Back then I probably cared more about making cool photos. And I still care about that. I still want to improve. I still want stronger images. I still want better composition, better timing, better light, better edits. But now I also care about what photography gives me outside that final result. It gives me a reason to walk. It gives me a reason to look. It gives me a reason to appreciate where I live. It makes normal days feel less empty. And maybe that is why street photography has such a strong place in my life. Because it gives me something I don't really get anywhere else. A slower way to experience the world. A way to collect small pieces of time before they disappear. So yes, sometimes I come home without many photos I want to share. Sometimes I don't get the shot. Sometimes nothing really happens. But I still think those walks matter. Because street photography is not only about making impressive images, it is about learning to notice your own life while you are still living it. And maybe that sounds a little dramatic, but I think that is what photography does at its best. It takes something ordinary and says, this mattered, even if only to me. So the next time you go out for a walk, take your camera, not because you are guaranteed to get a great photo, not because every moment needs to become content, but because one day you might look back at a simple photo from an ordinary day and realize it captured something you would have otherwise forgotten. And that might be enough.